Today I would like to talk about my autistic experience, being undiagnosed, and reactive abuse. I want to talk about it because as an autistic woman, before I knew I was autistic, I still was living with my big emotions. That's a part of my autism. I'm very expressive, and before I knew how to manage my emotions, they were very big. They still are. I just know how to socially handle them and how to regulate myself now. I was not taught any of those things growing up, and I did not know I was autistic growing up. So when it came to reactive abuse, oh my goodness, I was the perfect target for it. I really was. And I would internalize that treatment. Narcissists, for many reasons, found me to be an easy target because they could paint these narratives about me, and then behind the scenes they could treat me really poorly, and this would become a pattern. I mean, all the way up through my life, all the way up through school, including college and the workspace. It got really bad in college though, but people would kind of set me up. And anytime I would go to defend myself, and I would be passionately defending myself, I would not understand that these narratives would be spread about me, already anticipating that I would have an outburst. I'll call them an outburst, you know. Meanwhile, I was just genuinely feeling how it would feel to be mistreated. And my expressions, because I was autistic, simply were bigger. I was not being dramatic, I was just being myself. I own that sometimes it was not good. Like, that's why I've grown and I've learned how to regulate my feelings and my emotions. But that's very upsetting, and I know I'm not the only one who's ever experienced that. I have gained this reputation due to this, to be this very, two-faced person, and that's so harmful. Because these individuals who use reactive abuse, they totally got away with all the things that they did because they said I would be one way. They were poking me to be a certain way. I reacted to being poked. And so then everyone confirmed, oh, look, she is explosive. Oh, she is a crybaby. And I've had to make my peace with that reality, that that's what my life was like all the way up until I was maybe 26 or 27. But even at that age, my family was still, my family still tries to get me to react. Anyways, I think it's just really interesting. I have not internalized the fact that I was a target for reactive abuse. I have not shamed myself for that. I've worked through and I've healed through that truth. Now I'm left with looking back at memories and going, oh, I was targeted because I was disabled. That's something that is really hard to get a hold on when you find out later in life that you are autistic. It's another reminder that everyone else could see your invisible disability even if you couldn't, even if you weren't diagnosed, because you were treated differently. And due to the way I was raised and due to my pure heart, I was very, very naive in the past. So I learned a lot of life through living life, learned a lot of lessons, and learning about reactive abuse really helped me not internalize the shame of being used like that. Because now I see that people targeted me for my disability and scapegoated me in their friend groups, in the workplace, because of my autistic traits. And I know that's so common. I know it's very common, which is why I wanted to make this video. It's our responsibility to heal through it, but that's very heavy to experience and see the reality of it. Having our own emotions weaponized against us. Meanwhile, our emotions were just human. But because of how I expressed my emotions before I knew how to, which is my responsibility. But in these neurotypical spaces, I was put in a lot of really uncomfortable situations, especially around women, and I've had to heal through that trauma. I know that's mine to heal through, but it presented one way in the dating world, reactive abuse, but it presented in an incredibly different way around neurotypical women. It was a whole new level of bullying that I still have a hard time. I have a hard time looking back at the memories and seeing how people treated me because of my disability. And they all felt justified in doing it because it was easy to get away with treating me like that. If you've gone through it, you're not alone. There's no such thing as mutual abuse. Weaponizing your own human emotions against you is incredibly toxic behavior. It's not normal, and healthy people don't do that. Healthy people will listen at least to your emotions and will want to work it out with you. I know that people behave this way, and it's just now my responsibility to keep my nervous system regulated and to keep practicing my emotional regulation. And I vow to never let anyone ever again use my own emotions against me. Ever again. My emotions are beautiful, and they are mine, and they are valid. I'm not here to support anyone's narratives. I'm here to simply live.